Hey y'all, it's Stephanie. I am coming at you today for my 2-week post-op checkup, post-op VSG surgery, which was done on Friday, May 6, 2016 at Augusta University Medical Center in Augusta, Georgia. Yesterday was actually my post-op day 14, my actual official 2-week, so I'm 1 day late. Coming in at you, let's go for the stats first. Highest weight was 332 pounds. The day of surgery, my weight was 299. And last week I weighed in at 282.9, which was my 1 week post-op. And this week I am 284. You heard me right, 284. That is up 1.1 pounds from last week. Okay, so let's talk about this. How does this happen? I was so upset yesterday when I weighed. And I've thought things through, and I've done some more research, and I have a better grip on it today. But just the fact that the number went up 1.1 pounds is very upsetting. Still upsetting. So before we get into it, that's still a total loss for my highest weight of 48 pounds, which is great. And a loss from surgery, a 2-week loss from surgery of 15 pounds even. That's great. 15 pounds in 14 days. That's great. But still, it's up 1.1 from last week. So I know that people have stalls and people have gains. I don't know if I've heard one at 2 weeks. I think maybe a stall at 2 weeks, but definitely not a gain. Not that I've heard of. I know it's happened to somebody out there. If it's happened to you, please comment below and let me know at 2 weeks. But I know that fluids are shifting and you can't go by the number on the scale all the time is what everybody says. And I try to tell myself all these things too. It's still just really upsetting. I mean, I'm averaging about 350 to 400 calories a day. Most days are around 350, 370, something like that. So, I mean, I journal everything I eat. So I'm keeping track of it. Here's the 2 issues that I think may be contributing to the slight gain. Number 1, I'm not getting enough water. I'm not getting enough fluids. I'm supposed to get 64 ounces a day at a minimum. I do not get that. I have not gotten that since surgery. I probably get about 48 ounces a day. Sometimes less, sometimes a good bit less. I don't know why it's so hard for me. And I start from the minute I get up until the minute I go to bed. I'm really not drinking. In fact, let me take a sip. Hold on. Yeah. I've got to drink more water. I think that's probably part of it. Number 2, I haven't pooped in a few days. And not getting enough water is probably part of that too. I am taking Collagen Senna every single day. I need to take Miralax, I guess daily. I don't want my body to become dependent on Miralax, but obviously I need it. So in the past 2 weeks, I've had to take it, I think, 3 times. And it does help. It usually takes it a good 8 hours or so to kind of kick in and work for me. But it's like if I'm not taking it, I'm not going. So I think my last bowel movement was probably 4 days ago now. Sorry for so much information, but we all need to hear this, right? It's life. It's a real thing. Everybody has to poop. And so I'm thinking not enough water and constipation could possibly be lending to the 1.1 pound weight gain. So, and I think the not enough water is lending to the constipation. So whatever, I gotta fix it. I'm gonna try not to get upset about it. I feel like the weight will come off. Okay, so that's the biggest issue this week. How do I feel? I feel really good. Actually, like physically, I feel really, really good. I am going to tell you the truth. I am not taking my calcium. I am not taking it. It's hard for me to swallow pills now since surgery. Not hard, but harder. I used to be really good at taking pills, no problem. I could take a handful of pills at one time and swallow them. Couple of gulps of water and they were gone. I was good to go. Now it's like one pill at a time because you can only sip a little bit. I can't take like a big gulp of water. So, and then when the pill goes down, like I can feel it all the way, and then I feel like it sits right here. It sits right there for a minute or so. So I hate taking pills. I'm already taking the biotin. I'm taking Colace. I'm taking Senna. I take my blood pressure medicine. I take, what else am I taking? The PPI that the doctor gave me, I'm taking that. I think it's pantoprazole. I'm taking that every day. Seems like there's something else I'm taking, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I haven't been taking my multivitamin. I took them like the first week. I quit taking the calcium and I quit taking the multivitamin because they're huge. So I know I can cut them in half. I just don't want to take them. I don't know. It's the thing I have. So what I want to know is how many of you take gummy vitamins or gummy calcium supplements? I think somewhere in my paperwork it said no gummies. And I don't know if that's just because they'll get stuck, or somebody said they have carbs in them. So I don't want to do that maybe. But anyway, just curious. I guess I need to take my stuff. What else can I talk about? I went to see my surgeon Tuesday this past week for my post-op checkup, and everything went great. He was happy with my weight loss. He said he really wasn't looking at that right at that appointment. He said really what he was looking at was how my incisions were healing, which is fine, which is very nicely, and I guess just to kind of see how I was doing overall. My pain was very, very minimal. I came home with Percocet from the hospital. Never took the first Percocet because I don't handle narcotics well. I think I told you guys that, my horrible experience with nausea when I was in the hospital, and I had that Dilaudid PCA pump. So, but truthfully, I never needed anything for pain. The pain was very, very minimal. I didn't even take Tylenol at home. I didn't take anything for pain, and I really didn't need it. I was definitely sore and slow moving, but it was not a big deal. I've had 2 C-sections in the past, and this pain was minimal compared to a C-section for me. Yeah, so he was happy with where I was. He said that my next appointment, which is 4 weeks away, I think, about another month away, he said then they would start looking at the weight loss. He said, but he was not really too concerned about that. So that's good. What else can I tell you? Food. I still find myself thinking about food a lot. What I wish I could eat, what sounds good, what looks good. If I see other people eating it, I'm like, I just like watch them eat like my family. And they probably think I'm weird, but, and then I fix my little tiny bits of food, and it's so funny because when I'm fixing it or preparing it, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm really gonna eat this. I'm gonna tear this up. Like, I'm really gonna eat it. And 5 or 6 bites and I'm done. I'm done. So, and this is how I can tell when I'm full. I've heard some people say here and there, how do you know when you're full, or different things. I feel like for me, I'm full. I feel like things start sitting right here. Like or if I eat too fast, which is definitely something I need to work on, I cannot make a meal stretch 30 minutes. I cannot. I mean, my bites are so tiny, and I try to eat slow, but goodness gracious, it would be so boring to make a meal stretch for 30 minutes. For one thing, my entire family would be gone from the table in 15, at the most 20 if I was lucky, and I'd be sitting there alone. But I think I just have a habit of eating. I never really thought I was a fast eater, but I would just, take a bite of food, chew it up and swallow it. Take a bite of food, chew it up and swallow it. And so I have to force myself, I have to make myself to take my bite, put my fork down, chew, swallow. Sit there for a second. pick it up, take another bite. And it just seems so strange. It seems kind of weird to me. So I do find that I tend to eat too fast. I'm definitely eating slower than I did before surgery, but it's still, I think for the sleeve, I think I'm still eating too fast. And the reason I say that is because if I eat too fast, my stomach, I guess, I don't really want to say hurts, but it does kind of hurt. It's like the best way I could explain it is for women who have had a baby before, it's like contractions. It's kind of like my stomach tightens really, really tight. But you know, contractions are down low. This is up high where your stomach is. But it tightens and it kind of hurts. And then it lets go. And then a few seconds later, it'll tighten again. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm full. So once I feel that, I know I'm full. I try not to get to that point. I try to stop eating before I get to that point. But I guess there's a learning process. And I wonder if that's how it'll be forever. Or if it's just this early on. It's like that. I don't know. But that's about 6, maybe 7 bites for me. And when I say bites, I mean like the first, like the tip of the fork or the tip of the spoon. I mean, maybe not quite half of a spoonful or a fork. It's not half, it's less than that. That's a bite size for me right now. So I get about 6 or 7 of those at the most, and I'm done. I can't eat it, which is crazy to me. That's so crazy. And that's why I feel like I should just be dropping more weight. I'm not getting very many calories. I'm not taking in very much food. And whatever. We talked about that already. So, what else? Exercise. I don't know what my problem is with exercise. That could be another thing. I have not been exercising. Now, I did go to the pool twice last week in my neighborhood. And kind of swam around, you know, gentle swimming. I would, if I was on the side of the pool, I would like hang on the edge of the pool and kick my legs like an old 80-year-old woman getting her little pool exercises. Or I would do the backstroke. Or, you know, swim kind of on top of the water gently. Anyway, I was in the pool for an hour and a half with my son. We played, you know, through a little mini football around for probably 45 minutes off and on. Anyway, that felt really good. But as far as walking, I have not been walking. I don't know why. I have 1 more week off work. I need to walk. I'm so lazy. I really, really, really have to make an effort to do that. Walk, get my water in, take Miralax if I need to, and I think I'll go to the bathroom, and I think this weight will come off. Anyway, I guess this is a stall. It's a gain. It's not a stall. Oh, I don't want to stall. I don't feel like I'm going to gain again next week. And I'm trying to just weigh once a week, which is really hard too, because the first week I was weighing every day. So I'm trying not to weigh again until next week. That's going to be tough. But if I am the same again, or God forbid if I go up, ooh, I don't know what I'm going to do. That's going to be really bad. So anyway, does anybody have any tips other than what I talked about? Exercise, water, Miralax. I don't know. It's kind of depressing and sad. I'm trying not to be down about it though. I'm trying to realize that this is a process and it's going to take time, and you might not have a loss every week, Stephanie. You might have a gain. You might have a stall. But anyway, what else? How many minutes have we been going here? 14 minutes. That's pretty good for me. Pretty long for me, actually. I don't think I really have a lot else to talk about. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer them as best I can. And I'll check in with you guys next week to let you know if I broke the stall, or if I gained more, or if I stayed the same. I'll let you know. Until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. This is the last week of May coming up. Memorial Day is next weekend. So that's interesting. I don't know if we usually have some sort of get together, cookout, you know, either here or at my sister's house or something. So that'll be interesting. Oh, I am a little bit excited because next Friday I get to start like cereals with skim milk. I know Special K has a high protein cereal. It's 10 grams of protein, I think, per serving. And that's before the milk. So if you add skim milk, I don't know how much protein skim milk has in it, but a little bit, maybe 3 or 4 per serving, 3 or 4 grams. So that will be interesting. And grape nuts is allowed on my cereals. Of course, I would have to let it kind of sit in the milk and soften up a little bit because I'll just be at week 3 right then. But I love grape nuts. Like, I grew up eating grape nuts, and my family thinks I'm weird because I like it, because they say it tastes like rocks or gravel. But to me, it's so good. It just tastes like my childhood. It's delicious. I love it. So I'm excited about the grape nuts. And there's some other things I get to add too, but honestly, that was the big thing that jumped off the page to me. I was like, oh, I can add grape nuts. So anyway, you guys have a fabulous week. I will check in with you next week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.